Hello and welcome to. I think I just peaked. Hello, hello and welcome to Between Two Cubes, the podcast where we're at work.
Yeah. I'm actually at work, and you look like you're about to start diving into a video essay about like the ins and outs of Wes Anderson's movies or some shit.
Wes Anderson is truly one of the greatest directors, and in
In
my
this
purview,
scene,
in this scene, you can clearly see that the fox is digging a hole. It loses its tail. Um, yeah, how we doing? Yeah, this is hilarious. I was actually just at work earlier
mm,
because I had to do product stuff, product testing, whatever. Who cares? Product testing. Well, first Friday, I do not usually go in the office on Fridays, so that
yeah,
was
right.
like that was painful. That was hard. I would have, if I known you were going to be in the office, maybe we would have done an in-office episode, and we would actually be at work.
My bad. I didn't think to mention it.
That's okay. That's what it.
Um, yeah, no, I'm in office because I can't. Uh, when we work from home, I have to do two-factor authentication, and I don't have a phone right now,
That is wild.
so I have to work from the office. Um, but fun. Here's the story. Here's the funny story for the phone, right?
Sure. Yeah, but I was going to ask because you sent me an email and you're like, my phone's broken.
Yeah. So I went on a work trip earlier this week. And we had some free time.
Where'd you go? Are you kidding me? Didn't I just bitch and moan about this like 2 episodes ago?
Yeah, because I was going. That's why you were bitching
Mm.
about
Hmm.
it.
Okay.
But we had a little bit of free time, so we hit up the beach, right? Uh-huh.
Oh, you had a little bit of free time. You went to the beach.
Yeah. Well, I got there. I got there early. I got there on Saturday. But
Okay, whatever.
um, but you out there, so you know how my phone's like pretty rugged. um and I've dunked it in water like probably like 100 times.
No, not
Right.
even rugged. This thing is like a brick. And like, I think when we were in Asheville, I think you purposely put it in water to show us
Yeah,
how
I've done
strong
that
it is.
multiple times.
Okay.
um but anyway, so we were sitting on the beach, like on the shore. And I was like, man, this thing is like so like it's like waterproof. Like, watch this. And I picked up my phone and I threw it into the tides.
What happened?
Well, then I realized, oh no, well the waves could like pull it out into the water. So I like got up, I quickly went over and picked it up, right?
Okay, good.
I took a look at it, totally fine. Totally
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
Anyway, we hung out at the beach for a while longer, and then I was like, "Hey, do you want to throw my phone in the water?"
No, are you kidding me?
Yeah. Well, so first she threw it, and she didn't have the arm, so it didn't get all the way to the water. It just like hit the sand, the wet sand, like in front of it.
Yeah.
I was like, "You gotta throw it harder than that, or get closer." Anyway, she did it again and got to the water, right? And then we like go back to sit down momentarily, and there's this like two ladies over there who are like, "Oh my god, we thought you guys were like having a big argument," and like,
A domestic dispute.
yeah, yeah. um and then after that I was like, man, that's pretty funny that they thought that. And so she was like, I'm gonna film this and upload it to whatever, TikTok. I'm like,
Okay.
sure, that'd probably be pretty funny. Um, and she did that, but then we were leaving the beach, and I was like, it'd be funny if, like, as we were walking along, I pretend I'm texting, and you just grab my phone and chuck it in the water to see people's reactions. Um,
she, she's like, I can't believe you. Like,
yeah, yeah, we were like pretending to like yell at each other.
okay.
And she did that one time, and I grabbed the phone. Like, I hurried over there, like, I can't believe you did this, like, what the fuck? But I grabbed it, and I picked it up, and the flashlight was on, right? Because the
Okay.
flashlight is like turned on by a side button.
Okay, sure.
And I was trying to turn it off, and I couldn't like really turn it off. It was like the button was kind of stuck. I was like, fuck, that's
Okay.
not good. Eventually, I got it off, but I was like, you know what? Let's do it one more time.
Oh, so this is like the 5th time you've thrown your phone? Are you kidding me?
To be, I'd had a couple to drink. To be fair,
Oh, that's right. I forgot it's a work trip. I forgot. That's right. Yeah, we get
right,
drunk on
yeah,
the beach. That's what we do
yeah,
during
yeah.
work trips. Yes, forgot. Right.
But yeah. So she threw it one more time. We did the same thing. Very funny. People were looking, and you know, g- thinking we were like having a row.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I picked it up, and this time it was off. I was
Get
like,
out of here,
ooh, shit.
dude.
Um,
That's
yeah,
crazy. That is like so. Well, first of all, that's like hilarious.
right. Well, I think the reason it wasn't able to withstand it, one of the screws from the back had gone missing a while ago.
Okay.
Two, like these things are tested in a way where you like where it's like submersion. You could put it in water for like 30 minutes.
Oh, you can't chuck it into sandy salt, seawater.
Yeah, and if you
Yeah.
chuck it, like the water's kind of like blasting in there, it's not
Yeah.
just like gently going in. Plus, it was salt water.
Yeah, which
So,
I'm like that is like
yeah,
electronics worst nightmare.
yeah.
Salt
But
water.
to
Sand,
be
first of all.
I
Yeah.
have dunked it multiple times in salt water before too.
I know. You have
This isn't the first time.
this is
But
crazy. This you kind of pride yourself in the level of
yeah.
ruggability that your phone is.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
I'm not trying to say like, you
Oh,
get
this
what
is
you
total.
deserve,
No,
but
this is
like
all. This is all on me.
but like
This is pride coming before the fall sort of
this has been
situation.
like this was gonna been happening for years. This was gonna happen
Yeah,
eventually. That you were
yeah.
just gonna get into a fake domestic row and then throw your phone into the ocean. Like that's
Yeah.
hilarious.
But
Um,
apparently the video's got, or well, last time I heard, it has like 200,000 views or something.
what
So totally worth it.
was this with N?
What?
Was this with N?
Oh, oh yeah, yeah.
That's
She
what I
was like,
thought.
yeah,
I think would be who the person who would do that for sure.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
That's crazy. N.
Um,
What?
but let's just, I've made worse mistakes that cost me more money, and those ones weren't funny. So this
You
one was
ready?
at least funny, and I had a good time doing it.
Okay,
So
here's my story. I have to tell this because it's been on my chest for a while.
sure.
I took the dog for a walk. This was like this was like a month ago. Took the dog for a walk, about to go to the gym, and like I can't remember. No, I wasn't on I was like on a call with someone, or was I on a meeting? I doubt that. I was doing something. I think maybe I was listening to a podcast. I don't know. So I have it my phone in my hand. Oh, I'm on a call with a team, but it's a meeting I don't. For some reason, like it's a meeting I don't talk in.
Hmm.
Something weird like that. Like I'd never speak in it, and I'm just there for more information purposes. And the
Right.
meeting was just about to wrap up, so I took the dog for a walk. Don't know why I couldn't. I don't know why I couldn't wait. There was some weird stuff going on. I don't know. Maybe it was on crunch time. Anyway, so I'm out walking the dog, I'm holding the phone in my hand. Okay, she poops, pick it up, swat the phone around. Okay, now all of a sudden, somehow I'm holding the phone in my hand, and the leash is around the same hand.
Hmm.
Okay, well, my dog's a little bit of a freak and saw a squirrel and lunged for it. And the
Right.
process snapped my arm straight forward. Phone goes flying like
Right.
40 feet, like 30 feet. This was not a small throw. Like, I don't have a screen protector on my phone, and it would not have made a difference. Like, it completely destroyed my
Damn.
screen. Yeah. And trust me, this is not the end of the story. It's actually still ongoing.
Wait, how long ago was this?
This was like a month ago.
Okay.
Anyway, so I'm like, you're joking. And screen stopped working. It wasn't like cracked. The screen like stopped working. Like at first I could kind of see behind it and it was like, like all glitchy. And then it just completely stopped turning on and off. And I was like, you're joking. Like not even like I can't even use my phone. The screen's broken. So you can, Apples have Siri.
Mhm.
So I was using Siri, and that's the only way I could communicate with anyone was through Siri. But then I tried calling people, and you can't use Siri during a call, so I couldn't hang up. So I was like stuck. I was like, you can like hit the lock button or something weird like that to hang up, and it took like essentially people. I was calling people, and they weren't picking up, so I was going to voicemail. But I don't have this like setting turned on, so like I could not end the phone call. So the only way the call would end is by running out
Yeah,
the
yeah.
allotted voice, which was like 5 minutes. So like I left everyone like 5 minute long voice, but I'm like, surely my mom would pick up. Surely my dad would pick up. No. Surely like I think I called my wife. I don't know. Yeah, I called like everyone. They pick up. Okay, well then I got home, used my laptop. Was like looking up like phone repair places, and I found several actually. Called two of them. They didn't pick up. So again, I'm like, oh, you're joking, right? Like I can't text anyone. So I'm like emailing. I like emailed my wife, and I was like, my phone's broken. Anyways, found a
Dude,
place.
go
Yeah,
ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, I found a place nearby. Took my phone there. They were selling like bongs inside and like used video games and like cell phones. And I was like, "You guys fix this?" And they're like, "Yeah." They're like, $280. We'll fix it for $280, which I'm like, "Oh, that's a pretty good deal compared to like what I've seen online. It could be like $300." I was like, "Fine, go ahead, fix it." They fix it. Takes like an hour. Get my phone back. Don't know why I didn't bother to ask them, but they did not use genuine Apple parts. And lo and behold, I actually learned they used like the cheapest knockoff iPhone screen like there are actually different tiers. There's like different tiers of knockoff screens you can use, and they have it's like an LCD screen. It is so dim. My phone gets hot when I use it. My battery goes away. So that's what's on my phone right now. And when I call people, like something weird happens with the screen. It doesn't like all these weird features don't work. So I sent them an email. This was like a week ago, and I was like, I hate you guys. Like I'm refunding this. So now I need to issue a refund through my credit card because you have like 120 days. And so I'm like, if I knew they were going to do this, I never would have paid.
Yeah.
I would have paid the extra $80 or $100 to get the genuine parts. I didn't know. I thought they would be.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I thought they just would fix it.
I wouldn't even like that. Wouldn't
I
even
know.
come to my mind.
That's what I'm saying because I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, I'm already spending like $300, so
Yeah.
And it was Omar. He was a cool guy. Like we were chatting it up. I was like, we were talking about where I worked and what I did, and he was like, "That's so cool." And we were like, "Yeah, we'll fix your phone. Sorry, man." And he was like, "Why? How'd you break it?" And he was like, "Why were you walking your dog holding the leash with the same hand?" And I'm like, "It was a long story, buddy. Like, you had to listen to the podcast, I guess. I don't know."
Yeah, tune in to the podcast. I'll tell you all about it.
Anyway, so I'm like, I sent him an email. I wasn't very nice, but I was like, "Hey, look, oh, so before you can like refund like a big purchase like that, you have to like attempt to like reconcile." So they didn't respond back. So I'm like, that's good enough. I'm like, please give my money back. Because it's like, it's doing more damage. Anyway, so that was like my big phone problem. That's crazy.
Man, dude.
So
I guess we all have phone problems.
Yeah, we really. Are you gonna get like a nicer phone, or are you still gonna get like the same rugged ass?
I'm gonna get the same phone.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it actually. You know what's funny? It actually went down in price since I bought it. I'm surprised because I was like, oh, this is obviously made in China. Like I'm sure it's got whatever tariffs, but I don't think the tariffs are. They haven't included that in the price yet. At least
there's like some for. Guys, the last thing I think the listeners want is more tariff talk, but I'm pretty sure some electronic goods are excluded. So there's like a window. So
I think it's probably this. I think they probably have a bunch of inventory in the U.S.
That could be it too.
And they're just not increasing the price yet.
Oh, you're telling me people aren't buying that phone because I've only ever seen you with it. So I think it's interesting how like there's so many different phone companies, but in America it's like okay, you either have an Apple or you have like an Android, but there's like actually like hundreds of options to choose from.
Right. Nobody really.
I mean?
Yeah.
That's okay. Well, that's fine. That's cool.
But
you're not gonna.
It went down in price, so I was like, yeah, well, I'll do that again.
Or why don't
it worked perfectly fine until I just got a little bit too big for my britches.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's actually hilarious. I think that's so funny. Did you do anything else fun while you were down there? What part of? Wait, what you were in the? Was it that that one place in Orlando?
No, this is in Boston. I went to Boston.
Oh.
Yeah.
What? You're at the beach in Boston?
Yeah, it was actually there was good weather. It was like 80.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
The water was super cold though.
I bet. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I've heard.
Yeah, it was not. That part was not fun, but
Dude.
uh, it was a good time. Dude, did you know that in Boston the alleys they're called like public alley like 107,
Oh,
public
they have like
alley
numbers.
702. Yeah, yeah. It's pretty funny. They have like, normal green street signs and
Oh, really? I guess that
you
makes
know,
sense. If you're like Boston's like one of the one of the bigger cities, right? It's like one of the
yeah,
biggest.
yeah.
It's
Well,
like part of the. Well, is it part of like the Washington D.C. slash New York slash super cluster, whatever it is,
yeah.
something like that.
Also at one
It's no,
point
it's is it north of New York or south of New York?
north.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Also at one point like we like parked in the morning like where we are going to have dinner and then walked like into town, at a different thing we were going to. And then obviously eventually came back for dinner.
Okay.
But I had forgotten in the morning to like mark like where we parked. Like it didn't even like cross my mind. Like, cause obviously I wasn't able to park right in front of the dinner place. I just like
Yeah,
grabbed a spot. So it took us like 15 minutes
dude.
to
That's like
find the parking.
that's like one of my biggest fears is like, well, my car getting towed. That's like a huge fear I have every time I go to the city because people are just weird like that, and they just like some places are strange. I feel like that would like would ruin everything.
Yeah. Um,
Sorry, I'm trying to get my light
took the
fully
took
full.
the camera, of course.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, maybe had some good picks, but there's this one spot. Probably this has been done hundreds of times, but there's this one spot called the Wonder Museum. Has like optical illusions and like weird stuff like that. But one of the things they had was an infinity room,
Mm.
so like that was fun. That was pretty neat.
You mean it's one of those? Is it one of those fake museums which are just like for Instagram?
I
I'm
don't
talking
know
about.
what
It's just
what do
like
you mean?
it's just like aesthetic. You can take pictures there, or is it like actually like a museum?
Well, it's not like a museum in that like it's like got art or history.
It's like an event.
It's like a interactive museum, I guess,
Oh,
is what it
okay.
would call it. Like you
Like
can
that
like
Van,
touch stuff and it'll
like the Van Gogh
light up.
Museum, like the Van Gogh digital interactive. Sit in the room, look at all his paintings, things. You know what I'm talking about?
That sounds really lame. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
it's like some kind of like light show where it's like
Mm.
his people like hate on it. Oh, not to talk about art again. Oh God, people hate on that thing or whatever.
Um,
But
um,
I just
yeah,
devoured.
no, it had a light show in there. Yeah, it had that
Okay,
for one of the things. But yeah, it was just like random interacting with like lights and objects and stuff like that. It was neat
okay,
though.
that's cool. This was this week. You out this early week?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Came back a couple days ago. So
nice. And you've been in office every day since. That's crazy.
yeah, and
That's
I'm
rough.
gonna try to get a temp phone tonight, but we'll see how
Like a
that goes. I'm also
burner.
kind of no, not a burner. Like a cheap phone that's unlocked that I can pop my SIM in.
Oh sure.
Um, but I'm a little worried about the SIM card too. So hopefully hopefully
You
that
should be
works.
fine. Yeah,
Um,
it's kind of like the whole like cell phone ecosystem is kind of like super annoying. You know what I mean? Like it's just like
oh,
not very fun to
it
work
it's
around.
very not fun when you have to like take care of not having a phone
Yeah,
because a lot of it requires a phone.
yeah,
like
dude.
so
Yeah.
so so I was trying to buy a phone, the same phone from the manufacturer's website, and I go on there, type in my card declined. You know, I'm like, fuck. Okay, I try another card, and then it goes like processing, never quits processing. I'm like, fuck. Okay, try my third final credit
Yeah.
card declined. I'm like, fuck, and I can't just like keep going until they like call me and ask me like, hey, is
Oh
this true?
no. Yeah,
Because I don't have a phone.
dude.
Um,
This is like the whole I can't hang up on the voicemails.
yeah, yeah, it's like this
Like,
circle. Um, so I go to Walmart.com because they also sell the same phone,
yeah.
and I try to buy it from them. Um, but I have an account with Walmart, I guess, from purchasing stuff in the past,
Okay.
and I couldn't remember my password, and so I had to hit forget password, but I can't log into my email at work because I need two-factor authentication to log in.
Oh no. This is
um,
so sad.
yeah. So, but eventually, I used my debit card and that went through.
Yeah, there you go. That
Um,
usually
but
that's Yeah, I'm like
yeah,
everything's tied up to my phone. Like
yeah,
literally, I use my phone. I mean, we all use our phones all the time, but it's like, you know, like do I know any of my bank information? No, none of that information's on my laptop because I only use my phone to access that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like
really.
that. Like literally, all of my money is like accessible through my phone. Like I can't. Like I don't know how to. Like you know what I'm trying to say. Like I
Mhm,
probably could figure it out. It would take me forever though to track down all
mhm.
my accounts via the web of a laptop. But whew.
That's something I memorize because
Oh yeah.
obviously it's like very important. So
Yeah, I'm getting more to like writing down. I'm now like when you play a video game and you see like a safe in a room and then you just go to the next room over and then there's a combination written on the guy's desk or something like that. That's like me.
I,
That's like me.
did I tell you about the story where I used to work at a previous company I worked at? We had like, a shared drive or whatever, and
Yeah.
people had their own like folder in the drive.
Yeah.
Well, one day I was like bored and I went through everybody's folder because I was curious like what sort of stuff they've like worked on and what do they keep on their folders. But anyway, one of the people had all their passwords to everything in
No.
a spreadsheet, just like on the
Just like ready to go. Like you're just
ready
ready
to
to look at
go.
them.
Like column username, column password, you know, another column that whatever it is. It was wild, man. I forget if I told. No, I don't think I told him about it. I should have though.
Yeah, maybe you should have like
No, I
huge
should have
breach to
told him that
his.
like, hey man, you shouldn't be keeping that there. Like, I mean, that was after. I mean, I guess it would be weird to like tell him about it after I stole like 2K from him or something.
It's like, yeah, my 401k has been liquidated. What happened?
I don't know.
Oh
It seems like
no.
they logged in from your company.
Yeah,
The IP address is from in the house.
yeah, it's coming from within the house. Dude, that's awesome. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh. Sorry. I just got we are at work. I just got a message from someone, so I have to respond real fast.
we're keeping this in, right?
Oh yeah. I'm keeping all well we are no, I have to probably cut this part out. I'm sorry. Let's see here. Is it funny? Do you ever like you don't want to say something's gonna be done Monday, so you say early next week. Do you ever do
Um,
that? Do you ever like I like really generalize a lot of the stuff I do. I'm like I don't
Sometimes
want
I'll
them
do that. Yeah.
like I don't want them to be like I usually don't give hard dates for stuff. I'll be like early next week, late next week, mid of next week.
Mid of next week. I haven't heard
Mid,
that one.
oh, you haven't? So I say that one.
I've heard mid next week,
Mid next week,
early
or
of next week, late of next week.
just stuff like that. I feel like that's a little more because stuff.
Heretofore next week.
Yeah, stuff. What stuff like comes up. You know what I mean? Like sometimes stuff comes up or whatnot. Um. Yeah, dude. This is supposed to be like my big test week, and I was like testing a bunch of stuff this week. Um, and like all my tests like went bad, and that was like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It was 3 different evaluations we were doing, and they all went like it wasn't like our fault. It was like the all the like things which come together so you can test. That was the issue. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't want to like say what we do, but you know what I mean. You get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So it was like out of our hands, and it was like so lame because I was gonna have this huge. I was gonna make this funny like presentation to share with the team about like it's test week. Woo! Like, yes, just to be fun, add some life to the office or whatever.
Did you?
No, I didn't because it all went bad. Yeah, no, I don't have any data to share. Are you kidding me?
Mm.
So it's whatever. Okay. I got this new jacket. Do you like it?
I think so. It's kind of hard to tell
I
on
know.
the camera because like the
It's a little
striations kind of are.
striations.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. No, I like that. Yeah, I was like, so I've been wanting a jean jacket for like years now. Don't know why. I have money. Don't know why I haven't bought one.
Oh, that's
And
this is so when you said you wanted a jean jacket, this is what you had in mind. I was
no,
thinking like blue denim, like
this wasn't what I had in mind. I was thinking about just getting like a light wash denim jacket, but this is denim. It's just it's the it's undyed and then dyed. So like denim is naturally white or has like this organic look to it. So it's the organic color with the blue indigo dye. I thought it goes hard. It's
wait,
kind
that's
of
blue?
yeah, it looks kind of green, right?
No, it looks like gray.
No, it's blue.
Oh, that is
Anyways,
wild. Okay.
so I've been wanting one for a long time. Got it from Target because Target has like a Levi's section. I want it to be a Levi's. I love Levi's, but Target has a Levi's section, which I'm like usually I don't like that because what they carry at Target are not like actual Levi's. Like they are Levi's, but they're like their most like generic form of Levi's. If that makes sense, like made for
Mhm.
Target. But so that's why I don't usually like if I ever see like collabs, it's usually like means it's inferior quality. That's how I view it. But this was 100% cotton, and I looked on Levi's website. They don't sell this jacket, but they sell one that's very similar to this, the exact same pattern.
Right.
So that means that they're using the same fabric. Because why would you? I mean, we know how sourcing works. Why would you produce
Yeah.
a pattern fabric and then like you made two separate different patterns for two separate different jackets? Doesn't so they probably use the same fabric. So this is the same material in a different style as what Levi sells. So and it's made by
Hmm.
Levi. So
Hmm.
this got through
So it
Target.
was like cheaper, or
No, it
it
was still
was
no, it was still expensive.
okay.
But I got a medium. It's a relaxed fit, and I understand like that's kind of hip is like more baggier silhouettes. But I already have so many like relaxed fit jackets that I'm sick of them. So I was like, no, I want to. So I got bought a medium. Katie actually, she convinced me to buy it because I'm like, I never like walk in and see something. I'm like, I'm gonna buy that. I never do that. I've always planned it. So she convinced me, so I got it. And then I was like, oh, this is too big. So I wore it. I left the tags on, and I was like, it's too big. So I went and got a small, which like fits me like essentially a medium. It's a little more tighter, but
Mhm.
kind of I've slimmed down. In recent.
Mhm. I wear
And
like I think a lot of dudes could uh benefit from wearing small size clothing because everybody like dudes like have that hubris where they're like, no, I'm gonna wear medium because I'm not a small
yeah,
man.
yeah, I know. No, true.
Like,
Like I just don't want it to be like I feel like the bigger size looked a little sloppy. So that's what I did before this call. I had to go return, got a different jacket. Now I'm wearing it because I need to stretch it out. Because I'm like, dude, like I don't get I get jeans and there's no elastine, there's no spandex. They are just straight cotton, and you have to break them in. Okay, like people don't realize this. You have to break because like now they're like more comfortable than any of my spandex or like not like spandex, but they're more comfortable than my like stretchy jeans. That's a big thing. It's been happening in the last like 20 years. But anyway, so you have to break it in, and once you break it in, it's like super comfortable. So that's why I have to wear this.
dude, I used to wear jeans all the time, and now I don't own any because like I got like
What?
I don't know. I was like, no, I've been wearing them so long, so often that I'm gonna start wearing, whatever
Slacks.
slacks and
Slacks.
is slacks the term for like every other type of
I call them like
pants?
they're like chinos. That's a word.
I feel like
Khakis.
that's like a specific type of
Yeah,
slack.
maybe
I don't know.
slacks. I don't know. I mean, I wear. I actually I've upped my pant game. I have one of every. I have light wash jeans, dark wash jeans, light colored slacks, black slacks, dark colored slacks. I have white pants. I have all I need. Like I don't need any more pants. I have brown pants. Anyways,
Yeah, I
I feel
have
you.
like probably like 10 pairs of pants now, whereas before I used to have like three. Yeah.
Yeah, I wear the same pair of jeans every day.
Actually, I might have even more than 10 if I include like a couple of the like really nice ones, like the ones that like I only wear for like weddings and stuff.
Yeah, I haven't got those. Anyway, so I'm like, I'm all good on that and whatnot. I was gonna say something else about that. I lost my train of thought. No, who cares?
This is a fashion podcast now.
Yeah, right. We already did that. Yeah, I feel like
we're gonna go into every category of podcast, release a podcast in that category, and conquer that category.
each episode will be like the top of the charts for that respect.
Yeah.
Like we'll do a gun podcast. We'll do like a political commentary podcast. We'll do like
interview
podcast.
Whatever health advice. There are those ones.
Health advice podcast. Oh, we could do that. Well, we talked about Ozempic a little while ago.
Oh yeah,
already did that.
Whatever work life podcast. That one we haven't really covered.
Yeah,
much.
I don't think we've gotten that one yet. Maybe that might be the one we do last. Is we'll cover work life balance and stuff like that.
Right.
Let's see here. Did you? I'll mention this briefly, but have you been keeping up with all my YouTube posts?
Oh no, I've been too busy the past week.
Oh well, if listeners go to Between Two Cubes on YouTube, I post like I guess it's like a blog at this point. I've been just like posting stuff. You can see I added you should actually pull it up right now because I added a pretty funny video. Yeah, go ahead. I'll wait for you. Go to YouTube. If you go to the posts, oh my dog.
It'll take me a second because it's not, it's kind of difficult to find.
Sorry, my dog just showed up.
Okay, Google definitely didn't like it. Let me see if I can do it from searching directly in a. Oh, actually, it did pop up as a.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah. So go to like, hey Willow. I'll cut this out. My dog's in here. Hey dog. Hey.
Okay, what am I looking for?
Go to the posts. So if you go to the channel, there's like videos and shorts, and then there's like posts.
Okay.
You should look at I posted required reading.
Required. Which one was that? Is that the most recent one?
That's the second most recent one.
Okay.
All right.
Also, we would also like to give a shout out to our longtime fan, the Pope.
Rip.
He was sending lots of fan mail, but it was all in Italian. Evan can somewhat understand, however, it's more of an art than science, so they just kind of sit under other fan mail from other famous people. Conclave by MF and
it's a Conclave fan edit to MF Doom. It goes so hard. I've watched this like 30 times.
I'll have to listen to it later.
Yeah, I'm gonna like.
This has two comments.
Yeah, well,
it's Conlon.
Yeah, okay. It's Conlon. I responded.
Dear Professor, thank you for requiring this.
Yeah,
he's a real one, man.
He is a real one. Okay, I'm gonna cut. We'll cut this out. I'll make something decent out of that. But, anyways, yeah, like definitely. Yeah, to the listeners, definitely follow up on the YouTube posts. That's the great way to like reach out to us, or if you want to get in touch. This is change the subject. I've been writing a lot. I write I type out little short stories.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I've been having a fun time. I think I've done some good work so far.
That's fun. Well, are you doing that just before you go to bed or something, or what?
No, I do it at work.
Okay.
No, I if I take a 15-minute break or something like that, or stuff like that. I just try to type and see how far I can get. Practice my craft. It's been kind of fun.
You should get a typewriter, man.
I know. My dad was at my dad's house and he was showing me his old typewriter he got when he was a sophomore in high school. And it was freaking huge.
They're heavy.
And yeah, it was like an electronic one. So it was like this would be like,
Oh, that must be lighter.
oh no, like back when electronics were heavier than mechanical things. You know what I'm talking about? So it was essentially a typewriter, but with all the mechanisms. Trying to say. So it's like twice as heavy. It was huge. That was pretty cool. So yeah, I was like, maybe I should get a typewriter. A I got a writing program on my computer.
Hmm.
It's called like Write Monkey, and I use
Hmm.
that just to like type things down. It's
That sounds like it's putting you down.
what do you mean?
Like,
Write
right,
Monkey?
monkey.
I never thought of it like that. Write Monkey. Oh wait, hey, I don't like that.
I'm sorry. I'm my,
No,
my,
I'm just
my
playing.
bad.
Anyway, so I've been doing that, and I send them to. I send them to my wife, so I've been having a fun time doing that.
Hmm. Is she
Um,
like, oh, this is so good, honey?
yeah,
I'm
she
supposed to go
actually
write
she
it.
actually thinks they're very creative. She thinks they're actually excellent. So I don't know. I had one of my goals for did you make goals for yourself for 2025? I made a whole bunch of goals, and no, I've actually kind of on track. But I want to be like more creative, so do more creative stuff. I think it's
Hmm.
working.
That's a good goal.
Yeah,
More people could use that in their life.
yeah. So I'm like every day I have to do something creative. That's like the goal, and I think I either it's write or plan or edit photos or stuff like that.
Dude, I ordered a new scanner for my film
Oh yeah,
on AliExpress.
that's your fault. Okay,
Well, so far it hasn't gone wrong yet. Like I
okay,
haven't gotten it. That's the thing. Like I
yeah.
ordered it like 2 weeks ago, and I'm like checking in, and it says it'll ship within 20 days. I'm like,
Isn't that wild? It's
oh my God.
like I mean, for a big expensive scanner, that's like a one-time purchase. I can understand waiting, but like waiting like a couple weeks, especially 2025. Things are
Yeah.
that's like inferior. You know what I mean?
Well, also like when I first purchased it the page, it said like it'll be delivered by like next week. I'm like, okay, perfect, cool.
Yeah.
And now it's like a month. It'll ship within a month. Like,
Sorry, dog.
it
This
said it
sounds
was
rough.
shipping from the U.S. I made sure of that
Oh,
because
really? That's even
yeah,
weirder that it takes so long to get something from in the US. Yeah, I've
yes,
been on I use eBay a lot to buy camera goods and whatnot. I've been a lot more stringent. I'm like stopped buying so much crap off eBay because I'm like I need to save for a house or whatnot. Not that I was like really overspending, but yeah, I feel like I haven't really bought any like cameras and any camera gear in a while. Which it used to be like every month I was like foaming at the mouth to buy more gear and more stuff because I was just like, oh, I have like when I first started working, that big disposable income and whatnot.
yeah. I actually need to buy uh what's it called, developer for
Oh yeah,
my stuff. Dude, I still haven't developed the New Zealand shit. That's like
dude, come on.
shit. That's like 3 months ago now.
Actually, I'm in the
Um,
same boat. I haven't developed film in like
yeah,
it's been like I want to say 2 months.
yeah. I've got like I want to say like maybe 15 roles that I need to develop. They're
Dang,
almost all like color because I
oh, it's a
developed
pain.
some of the black and
Yeah,
white ones, but
yeah.
um,
That's the
still,
color's a pain because you have to like you're kind of like limited by the developer can only do so much. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Whereas like
Well,
black and white,
I think it should last for what I have,
yeah, you should be
and
good.
then I can toss it.
Yeah.
But
Um. Yeah. No, I'm doing this complicated chemical process where I'm making like black and white reversal film.
oh yeah,
So yeah, I think I told you about this. Anyways, I've been like I've researched. I have a minor in chemistry, mind you. I don't know if you knew that. And I took a lot of chemistry classes, and I am like in the pits of the chemistry to find the right chemicals to use to do this process. And I found some guides online, and I think I found the right chemicals to use for it. I just haven't done it yet. And
I thought you had already tried it out a couple times.
I've done it once before, but that was with a kit, and this is like essentially just like the kit, but like way cheaper. I bought like ammonia. I bought this like sodium hypochlorite. I have like potassium metabisulfate. I have like potassium permanganate.
You're gonna be looking like Walter White in
Yeah,
your fucking dark room.
I would. We were talking to we were at a couple's house a little while ago with a bunch of other couples or whatnot. We were all hanging out and chatting, and like they were telling me they're trying to be like low tox, TOX, and like reduce like toxins in their house.
What's classified as a toxin?
So like they don't have like chlorine, they don't have like bleach, they don't have like ammonia, they don't have like heavy duty cleaners. And like I
That sounds
understand.
like, no offense, but that sounds like some frou-frou shit.
Yeah, I know. I like what am I trying to say? I guess I took a toxicology class in college. I feel like I have a decent understanding of like how chemicals can be bad for you. But like if you're using these as you're told to use them and you're not like abusing these chemicals, like you should be pretty safe. Now I understand if like you have a kid around
Right.
because like that's actually really dangerous. That's a lot of kids still die every year from
Sure.
being around chemicals or like ingesting them. I can understand that, but they don't. So it's like okay. But it's like the belief that like okay, this like heavy drain cleaner is gonna somehow evaporate while you undo the lid, pour it into your toilet, and then close it back up. The time between it's because once it's in the toilet bowl, it's like sequestered and the vapors aren't really coming off. Like, are there stuff like that? Like your exposure time is so little. I don't really think it's that big of a deal.
Are they cleaning and washing themselves with hopes and dreams or something?
Oh man. Well, I mean, in terms of like soap, I do like more natural soaps. Like parabens
Right.
are
That's pretty
bad.
easy to get.
Like
Like,
that's easy. That's easy to
yeah.
find. Because I use like Castile soap
But
for
like
my
cleaning, like
cleaning
cleaning.
products. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they do make more natural cleaning products. They aren't as good. That's just a fact. I mean, you could, I know. Anyway, so we were all chatting about like, oh, I've been trying to like, yeah, I don't like parabens in my like hair body products because that there's been studies that parabens are bad. So that's I can agree with that. But like being like, oh, I don't want bleach in my house because I could be that's a little bit. I don't say to stretch. Like unless you're drinking the bleach or you're like huffing the jug, you should be fine. Anyways, so we're talking about this whole low tox, and then they're like, I was kind of scoffing at them, and they're like, "What? Are you like a high tox fam, Sam? Is your fam high tox?" And then Katie was like, "Well, actually, he has like all these crazy chemicals in his office for all of his film and crap like that." And I'm like, "Oh my god, I really do have like these things have like warning labels on it. Like so you drink you die if you drink this stuff. You know what I mean?" And I'm like, and whenever I'm developing in the dark room, I'm just using my bare hands. I'm not. You can use like tongs. I'm just touching everything. Because you wipe them off, you're usually just fine. So I think it's funny that I'm actually probably of everyone I know the most exposed to chemicals than anyone else.
Your high tox fam.
I'm a high tox fam, so no hate to them. It was just funny.
Yeah.
People can do what they want to do, but
Yeah. Well. Yeah. That's
uh,
funny. It's like, there were those people who like ate Tide Pods, and obviously, that's super stupid.
oh yeah,
And this is like almost the opposite end, where it's like,
yeah.
no, I'm not getting in the hotel pool. It's probably got chlorine in it.
Yeah, right. Stuff like that. Or they're like, we have another couple who's like, oh yeah, she gets mad at me when I don't put my phone on airplane mode when I go to sleep. Because it's like, oh, your phone's emitting like radiation. Your phone emits electromagnetic energy.
Mm,
And it does. However, it's non-ionizing electromagnetic energy, and it is also not like interacting with your body; it just goes right through you. So it's kind of like do people think like is cell phone towers are those bad? Is being next to the Wi-Fi router bad? Like so far we don't have any proof.
so
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
was gonna say, so yeah, like at some level, maybe, you know, I don't know, I'm not an expert, but
Sure.
maybe it'll take a while before we find out if like there
Right.
were ill effects that we're not aware of. There is one thing that people do right now that I feel like for sure in like 20 years people are gonna like, we shouldn't have been doing that,
Yeah. What?
which is like smoking oil, like everybody, like like the dab pens or whatever,
Oh
where you're like
yeah,
smoking like oil, tobacco or whatever.
yeah,
Like that just seems so.
I know.
Like,
Like people who are they better than cigarettes? For sure, they totally are. Are they better than not smoking at all? No, they're
I don't.
like you know what I mean. Like if
I think, yeah, they might be better than cigarettes, but I doubt they're better than just smoking straight tobacco.
yeah,
Like,
huh?
like just oil. Like this is
I
this. I don't know.
I think
To
it's the
me,
same thing with like people who smoke weed. Like you're still getting I'm trying to say you're still getting a hot ash product is going into your lungs. You're still having tar production. You know what I mean? Like to a lesser degree as cigarettes. You're still creating this area where you're having like an oxidation effect. So damage, we'll just say damage is still occurring to your lungs when you smoke marijuana. Like it's not like marijuana like when you smoke weed. Like it's not like horrible for you, but like if you're going to be doing this every day for like
right?
years, you're going to have some you're going to have some similar effects of smoking cigarettes. And so I think it's the same deal with people who use like e-cigarettes, like these heating elements which are used to like heat up the oil or heat up the product. Like those are like releasing these free radical they're interacting. Free radicals are
Yeah.
being released into your lungs. They're damaging the DNA of your lung tissue. It's causing lung damage. You know what I mean? Like that's still occurring completely. And so it's like the safest thing is just never to do either of them. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because I'm not. Sorry guys. Sorry listeners. We're not. I don't
Well,
smoke
yeah.
ever.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's pretty. I mean,
Far and few between for
it's
Boyan,
not
I'm sure.
exactly. It's not exactly something that um, I think anybody would be like, yeah, it's like just smoking stuff, inhaling
Yeah.
smoke and vapor is good for you.
Yeah. Because I know
I
people.
think people just
Yeah.
the benefits outweigh the
Yeah. Because people are
cons.
like, oh no, you can't. Marijuana is not bad for you, or like weed isn't bad for you. I'm like, there are like some aspects of it which can be bad for you, especially like maybe you're like addicted to like I'm saying like you're addicted to the chemical, you're addicted to the process, to the idea, to the whole like ritual of smoking. Maybe that's not too good. But there are like pretty safe ways to do it. Like edibles are a decent way, which you don't have that same kind of damage. Pretty sure bongs are actually very efficient and relatively clean
That's what I've heard too. Yeah.
compared to like other ways of doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that I've actually had a lot of friends who've like been into this stuff. I've never done any of that. You know what I mean? That's just not. I don't know. Not
Can't say the same for myself, but
that's okay. I don't. No hate. Like, anyways, so just like I know a lot about it. Because I've talked to plenty of people about it in college and whatnot, but I never partook per se.
yeah.
Okay. Anyways, so let's go back to this whole the phone thing. So like, do you like your phone? Is that emitting? Like, is that damaging to you? Like she wants him to put it on airplane mode, so it doesn't emit
Mhm.
signals while they sleep. So like first of all, your phone is emitting signals, but it's also receiving them. So like you're not putting out data, you're not pulling in data in airplane mode. You know what I mean? Like Bluetooth isn't going. These are all just like electromagnetic waves. That's all they are, and they're of such certain degree and frequency and energy that they just don't interact with you. You know what I mean? So like she believes it can cause damage to you. And I'm like, I don't believe that. I mean, now when we look at cell phones from the 1980s, where the massive ones, those were, I think that people, I kind of that's where kind of stems from because those did cause damage because they got really hot and they would heat you up because they were like releasing. It's just the way they worked. It was just, they're releasing
Right.
more different types of energy that it actually was kind of heating you up a little bit. So there's some stuff, there is some truth in there, but I don't think that's what modern phones are really doing. So I try to explain this to them, and I think there is just like a knowledge gap or an understanding gap between understanding the electromagnetic spectrum, understanding how electronic or electromagnetic waves interact with human matter. You know what I mean? Just stuff like that. So I don't know. And the hard part is like I can tell them all this stuff, and they're like, whatever, who cares? So, but well, they're talking about their phones, and then he's like, oh yeah, I went golfing today. I'm like, okay, well, buddy, you've just absorbed more ionizing radiation from going golfing today than you'll ever get from your phone. Are you gonna still go golfing? Like, of course you are. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm trying to say.
Mhm.
I'll cut this down. This is too much.
I think I think people just they're never gonna like look into it
Yeah.
enough. They're gonna look into it like a little bit and hear one thing, and they're never gonna like take the time to
Yeah.
like spend a couple weeks on something like that. So
Whew. Anyways, yeah.
they're
So
just gonna
it's.
make their mind up and call it a day, you know.
I'm not saying I know better than they do, but like, I mean, a little bit. Like, I'm like educated on this stuff pretty well. I like to think. Oh man, did you know this? I was gonna go to college for physics. Did you know that? I got a
I did
scholarship
not know that.
to do physics.
Physics specifically?
Yeah, specifically physics.
Hmm. I didn't know they did that.
Yeah, just for like not just like to be like it was a scholarship. It was decent. It was, but actually, me and my roommate we both had the same scholarship offer, but we both turned it down and we did other things because we thought we'd make more money doing the other things. I got a library card. Isn't that
Random.
cool? Yeah, I signed up for the library. Here's the last thing we'll talk about. I got a library card. Signed up for the library. Um, I don't know. I haven't had one. My wife uses it all the time. I just finished. I finished this math. I finished this huge book. It's called Infinite Jest. It's like 1,100 pages long, and it's taking me
Wait,
like
isn't
three.
that the book by what's his name?
Yeah, David Foster Wallace.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very good. I really enjoyed it. It was very long. It took me forever to read through it, and like I'm reading this book, and it's very dense. It's okay. It is 1,100 pages, but not even that. It's like a bigger book. Like it is bigger than your usual book, like physically, like length and width. And so the pages are like super dense. So that I think I saw this and it was like if you at the standard reading speed, this book should take you for reading half an hour a day. It should take you like over 30, 40 days to read. You know what I mean? If you're doing a half hour a day. Anyway, so long time. Anyways, so the book is like this massive story. You know, it's very I can't even get into it to explain it. But it, I no, I'm sorry, I can't talk about this. I can't. Are you ever gonna read the book? You definitely. I would actually recommend reading it one day.
I would. I mean, I don't think it's off the table.
I
I've
can't.
read one of his other books and I liked it. So
I can't spoil it for you because it's so. I can't even give you a hint because it's like. Look, I'm just gonna say like, whenever he says something in the book, I just would be like, okay, that's weird to say that. No, he was telling the truth. Like you should have really taken that what he said seriously. And it's like you're just reading everything and like all the characters like will rethink the same event, but they'll tell like an altered version of it. And so you have to like figure out like, wait, is this real or is this fake? Like he doesn't actually tell you what's real and what's not real. And you have to use like context clues to figure it out. And then you like piece together this actually massive story that's occurring behind the scenes, which you do not realize. It's like you're like, oh, there are people who are still talking about it today and theories about the underlying stories. Like that's how I'm not even joking.
yeah,
Like and anyway, so that's all I'll say.
sounds pretty interesting.
If you ever read it, I really recommend it. It will take you a long time, but it was like I think I'll probably reread it in the next 10 years. Because I really enjoyed it. Anyways, okay.